Hi, welcome to Parkinson's Daily Exercise with Danica. Today we're going to do some conditioning exercises for boxing. So if you're not doing a boxing class yet, I recommend going on RockSteady Boxing's website, finding a location near you. It is so fun to do boxing and it's very invigorating. It's great for coordination and core strength and mobility and balance, and it just makes you feel good. So you can join a class. Of course, it's non-contact, so you're not actually hitting people or getting hit yourself, but you're able to, punch some bags and do different calisthenics, and it just feels good. So today we're going to work on, just in this sequence, doing some kind of strengthening and coordination exercises that will get you ready for that boxing class. And so let's go ahead and get started. So we want to start always with posture. Roll those shoulders back. Good, do a few upper body stretches back with those arms, kind of a back stroke, reaching those arms. We want good mobility when we're boxing. We want nice mobility in the upper body as well as the lower body. Good. And then back to center, one more big breath. And out. So we're gonna start just a few ankle circles and then back the other way, just to bring awareness all the way down to those feet. Some fancy footwork in boxing, so we want to make sure those feet are warmed up and ready to go. Let's switch to that left side, circling around in both directions. Good. And then from here, we're going to ground that dominant leg in front. So whichever leg is your strongest leg, let's bring that in front. So we want to shift the weight forward and shift the weight back. So forward and back. As we come back, squeeze those shoulder blades together. So we want to be aware of the back side of the body just as much as we are in the front side of the body. Just happens to be that everything we do is in front of us, right? So we can see it. But we need to focus more on the back side of our body for balance and posture. So shifting the weight. Good, maybe even lifting the toes and the heel. Great, yes. And center. Now some of these balance exercises will challenge balance. So we want to make sure that the area is, of course, free of clutter and that there's something to hold on to if needed. I also am going to do this sequence seated as well. So if this feels a little challenging or you don't feel super comfortable doing it, do the seated version. So we're going to switch legs in front now. The non-dominant leg is in front, so it might feel a little bit more unsteady. Shift the weight forward and back. Good, keep the core strong. And we can even lift the back heel and lift those toes. So in boxing, we want to be very aware kinesthetically of where our body is in space. So there's a lot of different movements, a lot of different planes of movement. So we want to get used to training the body in those different planes of movement. So forward and back. Yes, and then we'll bring those feet together. So now let's do a little step push to the right, step push to the left. So we're stepping up a little faster maybe now. So we're getting used to that step and step and step. Yes, I was warming up those arms a little bit. Good. So now we'll do a little pattern of stepping forward, stepping forward, stepping side, stepping back and back. Good. Forward, forward, side, side, back, back, forward, forward, side, side, back, back, and together. Big breath up and out. Now we want to just arms straight out, step to the right, arms straight out left, arms straight out right, arms straight out left. So here, modified jumping jack. Now if we want to do a little bit more, we'll add a full jumping jack. Out, in, out, in, out, in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Together, big breath up and out. Now we're going to roll those arms. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Once we get those arms moving, we're going to step to the right. Keep them rolling. Step to the left. Keep them rolling to the right. Rolling to the left. One more time each side. Keep those arms going. And together. Now, we're going to roll it back. So roll it back. Get those arms step to the right. Center to the left. Center to the right. Center to the left. One more time. Right and left. And center, push up and out. One more time, up and out. So now that dominant foot comes in front. So my left leg is stronger. So I'm gonna have that leg in front. I wanna shift the weight forward, shift the weight back. Shift the weight forward, shift the weight back. Good, and hold it center now. We're going to hold those arms up. We're gonna punch across. So whichever leg is in front, we want that opposite arm to reach across. See how my back heel lifts up and then come back to grounded. We wanna reach across. Feel the core working. Feel the stretch in the arm. Feel that back heel lift. So this is gonna be good to practice your crosses for when you get into class. It'll be one of your moves. So across and back. Two more. Cross. We want to work on that extension in those arms. That power comes from the core, not just from your arm. And center. Let's switch legs and do the non-dominant side now in front. So shift the weight forward and back. Finding that weight in center. Arms are up, so our shoulders are working. And we're going to punch across and then back to center. As we punch across, that hip and knee follow, and then we come back. Punch across. We always want to protect that face in boxing. I know as we get tired, those arms come down here, but you want to work on keeping those arms up and those shoulders strong. Come across, punch, back to center. Let's do two more. Punch across and center, punch across and center. Bring those legs together, roll it back. So now, we're gonna build up some strength in those legs. So let's take our non-dominant leg in front. So that weaker leg, we're gonna work that first. Go down into that lunge. So we want our lunge to be here, knee over ankle, never here, knee over toes. So we want that weight going straight down into that lunge. Now we're gonna hold this one for a while and do some other fancy balance work. So if you need a chair close by just to hold this position, please do. From here, core is strong, hands to shoulders. We're going to turn to the left, whichever leg is in front. Turn to that leg. Feel that rotation. Feel that strength building in through the hips and thigh. Rotate. I am warming up. It's very hot in San Diego today, so I'm warming up. 3 more. Good. Keep breathing. Oh, one more, just for fun. And center. We're going to stay in that isometric. We need strong legs when we're boxing, so let's work on it. We're going to rotate side to side. Keep breathing. Yes. Side to side. Feel that rotation and strength. Now this is going to challenge balance, especially if we're turning our head with our torso. And then back to center. Woo! Big breath up. Should have felt those legs warming up a little bit. Now we'll switch. So the stronger leg is in front now. Again, we want to make sure our torso is strong. We're right up over the hips. We're not rounded here, and the knee is not going over those toes. Straight down. So we'll get settled into place, holding onto that chair if needed for balance, and just holding that strength. From here, hands to shoulders, a little lower. Let's do some lateral flexion. We need a flexible and strong core for power. So we want to make sure we're loose, but strong, and lift. Now this is really going to challenge balance, so please be careful, holding on if you need to. Great, and all this conditioning is going to help your performance in boxing. So do these exercises frequently. Center. Side to side. Get that nice mobility in the torso. It's not just going to help your boxing, it's going to help your activities of daily living, which is most important. So this will help with driving, rotation, reaching, putting on those shoes and socks, keeping that mobility in the spine. Good. And one. And then back together. Big breath up and out. big breath up and out. Now we did some isometrics. I don't ever like to end with really just little or no movement. So I want to get those feet moving again. So just adding a little march in place here or a jog in place. Now if you tend to freeze, maybe taking it slower and bigger here. Okay, slower and bigger. If it feels okay to add that speed, let's add that speed. Now use those arms. So we want to actually feel a little rotation of that rib cage. Good. This is going to help with arm swing. We want that rotation, which will help with that arm swing. So good. Punch, punch, punch. Beginning to extend those arms a little bit more. Yes, that fast movement. Punch, 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 punch. We're going to change up the body just a little bit. So bring the hands to the hips. So we're going to slow it down here. This is an option. Or we're going to here to here. I believe this is called the pony. And here. So we're really light on those feet. Light, light. We want that movement. We want our body to turn with those hips. And looking right, looking left. Looking right, looking left. Good. Get those feet moving. Here. Now, if it feels okay to add a punch, 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 punch. Make a fist. Punch, punch. So just getting used to using those feet and arms together. Punch, punch. Really light on those feet. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Push those arms up. Open those fingers. Spread them out wide. All the way down. Good. We also want to keep in mind those wrists and hands. As we come up, we want to circle the wrists and forearms. When we're punching bags, we're using a lot of that forearm strength as well as shoulders, core. So we want to make sure that those hands and wrists stay happy. So we want to pull those fingers back just slightly so you feel the nice stretch underneath the wrist, and then pull the fingers down so you feel the stretch on top of that wrist. Good. Switching sides, pulling back, and fingers down. And pushing those hands up and out. So great. So hopefully you feel a little bit warmed up and invigorated. Doing that conditioning sequence is sort of just a warm up for boxing. Please, 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 if you haven't tried a boxing class, give it a shot. I think it will be really inspiring and fun for you. So I want to encourage that you do that on as frequently as possible. So it will really help your activities of daily living and function, as well as just empowering you, and you'll have fun, I promise. So thank you for joining Parkinson's Daily Exercise with Danica, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.